Hello friends, and welcome to today's video where we're going to talk about Stray Kids. It's true, it's finally time. I finally got around to listening to the Stray Kids album, but that's what we're talking about. We're talking about their Rockstar album. It's their new one. I'm like 2 days late. I don't want to hear it. Anyway, let's go if this video is going to work. I'm going to run through the track list and give you my thoughts on each song, and then I'm going to give this album a score out of 10 at the end. However, I do have a few disclaimers before we continue. Disclaimer number 1. I've heard this album, with some exceptions of some songs, let's say twice so far, okay? So my opinions on all these songs very much going to change over time. Second disclaimer, my standard one, everything I say in this video is just my opinion. You do not have to agree with my opinion because, as the mug always says, music is subjective, and that is great. Okay, now that we have all of that out of the way, let's get started. And the first song we're talking about is Megaverse, and it's not the best song ever, but it's also not the worst song ever, and in the grand scheme of the Stray Kids catalog, it's fine. But let's get into the song, starting with the verses, and the first verse to this song had 4 distinct raps. Now, I'm not surprised that all the verses are raps. Well, mostly. Most of the verses are raps, but 4 distinct raps seems like a lot to put in a singular verse. Anyway, the Felix one, the first one, actually fucks kind of hard. His voice really fit it, like it was a moment. Bangchan's is fine. It's a rap. Changbin's pretty good. Pretty good rap. Jisung's is a rap. The second verse had even more raps, as we've established. However, it also had a vocal moment. It had vocal moments from, I think it was Jungin and Minho, and it works. Like, I want more. I understand why Stray Kids makes their entire verses rap verses, but also, like, a vocal moment is good. Now for the best part of the song, the pre-chorus. I loved this pre-chorus. Like, it is a phenomenal pre-chorus, and if it had gone into a better chorus, I would have been thrilled. Unfortunately, I'm just disappointed it got wasted in this song. And with that, we've reached the chorus, and I hate it. I really hate it. Like, I really, really hate it. I can't fucking stand it. It's all around bad. The background music is bad, the lyrics are bad, it's bad. And on that lovely note, on to the next song, which is the title track, La 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 La. I'm assuming I did enough laws there. If I didn't, you'll figure it out. Like, it's the title track. There's only one of them. And this song, it's actually not awful, and for the record, I notoriously hate pretty much every Stray Kids title. There's a couple that I can stomach, but for me to say it's not awful is high praise for a Stray Kids title. I don't know, like, the background music is cool. It's unique. It's also not too loud, which is a gripe I have with pretty much every Stray Kids, both title and B-side, where they'll just make the background music noise. Like, I understand that's the point. Like, they make it noisy, but also, not having a headache is a fun experience for some people. That said, yes, the chorus is on the louder side, but it's also not in the song that much. Like, they actually skip the second chorus entirely, like, right after the second verse. They just skip it, and they go straight into the bridge, and I like that. I was into that, because, if you ask me, the chorus is the weakest part of the song, probably because it's a little too loud. However, because there's no chorus, really, this song is largely verses, and the verses are good. The first one, it's a bit much, I will concede, but you can enjoy it to a certain extent. At least I can enjoy it to a certain extent. And the second verse is actually good. Like, no caveats, no notes. Like, it's just a good verse. The pre-chorus is also amazing. I've noticed this with a lot of songs, specifically JYP songs, but really songs in general, where I'll hate, like, 90% of the song. I don't hate 90% of the song, but there are songs where, like, I'll hate a lot of it, but it will have just the best pre-chorus. I need someone to study that phenomenon for me. Big picture, though, this still isn't a good song, if you ask me. Like, here's the thing. You know those groups I talk about, like ONEUS and Oh My Girl, where I'll say they can put out a song that is far from their best work, and it will still be better than what most people are doing? Stray Kids is kind of the opposite of that. Like, Stray Kids put out a song that's probably one of their best titles, like lead single titles, and it's still not great, but it's progress for them, and it's listenable, and for Stray Kids to have a listenable title is borderline a win for me, because I know I'm going to hear this song a lot just being on Twitter. Up next, we have Blind Spot, and hear me out, okay? Yes, this is a very basic pop song, okay? Like, it's very generic, but I'm a pop girl. I love pop music. A basic pop song is not a turnoff for me, and B Stray Kids doesn't do pop that often. So, pretty much all of this was a win for me. Like, the background music, while not amazing, is solid. Plus, the verses are great, and the pre-chorus is really good too. On top of that, the chorus is so fun. Like, I was actively jamming to this chorus, and I don't know if I've ever actively jammed to a Stray Kids song to that extent before in my life. Like, again, yes, obviously this is a very basic pop song. Any group could have put this out, and I would have enjoyed it. However, Stray Kids is the one who put it out, and I was into a pop song from them. I want them to do more. Next is Complex, and I want to stress before we get into the song itself, I hate this name. I really do. Like, it pisses me off to a weird extent. I get the thought behind it, I understand, but I still hate it. I also didn't like the song that much. Like, the chorus isn't great, the verses are fine, but not amazing, and the background music really isn't anything special. As always, the only saving grace of this song is the pre-chorus. This pre-chorus, yes, has cringy lyrics, and definitely they needed another draft, but it was good. It was enjoyable, and it's not enough to save the song, but I'll take what I can get. Alright, our next song is Cover Me, and I am shocked to report that it's actually a really toned down Stray Kids song. Like, the background music at the start is literally just guitar, and even once there's more going on, it's not too much like most Stray Kids songs. They also, to my astoundment, didn't force a rap in. It is my biggest gripe with a lot of songs, that they will force raps in places raps don't belong, in songs where raps don't belong. And when I realized this was going to be a really low-key Stray Kids song, I was convinced we were going to have a horrifying second verse rap, okay? We didn't get that. We didn't get that. In spite of having almost always entirely rap verses, Stray Kids didn't force a rap in here, and I was unbelievably thankful of that. I also really appreciate that they let the vocals shine in this song, with the exception of really Bangchan and On a Good Day Sungmin. Stray Kids vocals rarely get their flowers, they rarely get to show off what they can do, and it's nice to hear, especially from a group that primarily does raps. I'm of the opinion, if you're gonna be an idol, I need you to, if nothing else, be capable of holding a tune. Like, I need you to be able to sing. So, I think it's nice that they let them show it off, okay? Like, that's my core thing. I hate when groups will be like, we have this one member, he's a rapper, he cannot sing for his life. Like, no, all Stray Kids can sing, and sometimes I forget that. We've reached the final new song, which is Leave, and in a shocking twist of events, I actually liked this too. And this is, I think, the perfect style for Stray Kids B-sides. Like, it keeps their rapping in there because God knows Stray Kids loves a rap, but it keeps their rapping. However, the raps don't feel out of place the way they rapped in this song. Changmin, in particular, in the first verse, very good job, but just in general, like, none of them felt out of place, which, in a song like this, is a very big risk. Because this isn't a loud rap song, it's a very low-key, very vocally based song, and it works. Like, it works. Sungmin in particular was, I would say, outselling, but I'm also very biased because he's one of the only Stray Kids members I actually like. So, I'll give him his flowers here, but I will concede that I am biased. Our next song is the Korean version of Social Path, which features Lisa, not of Blackpink, of Japan, because this is just the Korean version of their Japanese release from earlier this year. But I also never listened to their Japanese release. I don't listen to anyone's Japanese releases really, unless I'm like a diehard stan. Like, I listen to Dream, I listen to like a Tuxed Japanese release, but I'm not listening to your average Japanese releases. I'm busy enough as it is, so I never actually heard the song before. And honestly, it's giving pop rock perfection. Like, I know I said Leave is the style I want them to do for their B-sides, but I will take a pop rock song, and this song, it fits so, like, Stray Kids and pop rock. I thought about this, I think, like, last week when I knew they were coming back, and I just casually had the thought, I was like, Stray Kids and pop rock would go really well together. And sure enough, I was right. Their singers, their voices, fit this style so well. Plus, the raps can very easily be translated into a pop rock style. Like, really just in general, all of it was easily transferable, and I was really into it because I'm weak for pop rock. Like, I was genuinely just having the time of my life listening to this song. The one thing I will say, this is a me exclusive issue, I know. I got jump scared the first time Lisa came in. I just forgot she was here. I don't know how. I can't explain that, but I did. I got jump scared, and it was a weird experience. Anyway, our final song on this album is the rock version of La 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 La, and I want to fight someone. I want to fight whoever's idea this is, because they took everything that I actually enjoyed about the title track and they ruined it. If you recall, one of the biggest things that I appreciated about the original title was that it wasn't too loud, okay? That it didn't give me a headache. It now gives me a headache. It is now too loud. And on top of that, the chorus now goes from bearable to horrible very quickly. It really did just kill the song for me. The only part that I think I can still stomach is, of course, the pre-chorus. I think the pre-chorus actually does sound a little bit better with the rock remix. But the rest of the song is atrocious, and I want them to take it back. But that is all I have to tell you about the album. So with that, it is score time, and overall, I'm giving it an 8.6 out of 10. Now, personally, I was very pleasantly surprised with how much of this album I actually enjoyed. I liked a good half of the songs, and for Stray Kids, it's a very impressive percentage. So yeah, 8.6 out of 10. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your thoughts on this album down below. Let me know how you feel. You can also like and subscribe if you want to or don't. I will be okay either way. And in the description, I'm going to put all my other Stray Kids reviews, so you can check those out if you so choose. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!